Wow, the Premier League is just mwah. This weekend has probably been the most bizarre weekend this season in the Premier League. All the giants falling, either losing or dropping two crucial points. Arsenal today, they're the latter. They dropped two crucial points in the title race. Manchester City are hot on their heels. Arsenal had a 2-goal advantage in this game. They had total control in this game. One error. All it took was one error to completely change the tide of the game. West Ham, for the first 20 to 30 minutes, looked like a championship level team. Looked like a team that deserved to be dog walked. Looked like a team that had no fight in them. Nothing. As soon as Gabriel gives away the penalty, a stupid challenge on Paqueta, by the way. I don't understand why he felt the need to make that challenge. Maybe he thought Paqueta was going to take it on first time, but I don't know. I feel like as an as a skilled defender, one that's been playing one of the best defenses in the league this entire season, one that's been, very solid during his Arsenal career, that was just a poor decision. That was a poor mistake. West Ham get back into the game, and, from there, they completely just changed the tide of the match. Arsenal kind of cowered. Kind of fell into another timid shell like they did against Liverpool. The only thing is in this game is why? Why? When you are in a position of control, why give the team a chance to get back into the game? I said this in my Europa League video about Manchester United and Sevilla, about killing the game off, being ruthless. Manchester City do this so perfectly. It doesn't matter who they play. They are the same from minute 1 to the 90th minute. They're the same exact team. They play the same way. They play with discipline, with ruthlessness. Arsenal, once again, just gave it away. They gave it away. First half, I thought Partey was excellent. I thought sitting in that holding midfield position, he was controlling the game. He would progress forward and get past that first line of pressure from West Ham so easily. That would then spring Arsenal on the attack. It was so easy for them to pick passes. Their fluidity of motion was great. The rhythm was great. I thought Gabriel had a great time against Antonio going the other way. I thought Gabriel marshaled him very well. Rob Holding didn't do a great job, but Gabriel was there to sweep. And then the mistake. Then things start to change. Then West Ham have momentum. Now they have a belief that they can get back to the game. David Moyes is by no means a terrible manager. David Moyes, I think, is a Premier League level manager. I don't think he's an elite level manager, but he's a Premier League level manager. He's obviously going to tell his players, hey, second half, we have this. We have the opportunity to get back into it. They're rattled. All we have to do is apply the pressure. All we have to do is come out in the second half the same way we ended the first. That's exactly what they did. West Ham played direct. They played long balls into Antonio. They played long balls into Jared Bowen because Kieran Tierney, per Arsenal, he was pushing forward, which is what they want. They want to score goals. They want to have opportunities to close the game out. So the space left them behind, West Ham had no hesitation. They just completely played it forward, and that's good direct football. One of the commentators was saying, play to your strengths, and if that's their strength, they did it to a T. The only problem now for Arsenal, and I guess fans alike, you got to take a look at the defense. Like I said, Kieran Tierney pushed forward, didn't track back. Gabriel, erratic mistake. Both goals could have been avoided. Now there's the obvious controversy of Bukayo Saka missing his penalty. If he makes it 3-1, the game is sealed and dusted. Many would think. But Robbie Mustoe on NBC Sports made a very good point. Why couldn't Arsenal just leave the game at 2-1? Why couldn't they have just defended to the final whistle? Why did they feel like they had to score a third goal to win the game? Manchester City are a perfect example of a team that just can close out a game. If they feel like they need to shut up shop, they will. Get into defensive formation. Grealish and whoever's on the other wing will track back. Haaland will even track back. This is the difference between a champion and a contender. This is the straight difference. We see it. And Arsenal, it's a young team of belief, a team with loads of talent. Do they have the legs to go the distance? A lot of players in this game are cramping. A lot of players in this game are feeling the fatigue of a long season. And it's not over yet. There's still some games left. Look, I'm watching the Man U game at the same time, so I got to just make sure Jadon Sancho almost scored, so I'm on it. I'm on it. All in all, Arsenal, can they hold to the end? Can they win the Premier League title? I don't even know at this point. I don't know if they can win it. I feel like Manchester City are unstoppable. Time will tell. When Manchester City and Arsenal play again is when we find our Premier League champions. I'm calling it right now. Whether Arsenal win or whether Manchester City win, whoever is the victor of that game will win the Premier League title. I also wanted to mention something that I like about Arsenal, even though they were facing, the heat, the pressure of West Ham after that first goal to narrow the deficit. Gabriel Jesus would drop really deep. Really, really deep to try and receive the ball, to try and get Arsenal back into this mindset of, hey, we had control of this game because we were concise, we were quick with our passes, we were efficient with our movement. That actually opened up a lot of space because defenders would run and try and cover Jesus and leave gaps in the defense. And Arsenal were able to slowly work their way around the West Ham press. I think that's a great sign for years to come for Arsenal. That is a great player, number one, Gabriel Jesus, who scores goals, who assists, who just is an overall fantastic teammate. What that does for the rest of the team is instill confidence. Arsenal had chances to win the game, even from 2-1. They had chances. It's not like after that they just stopped creating. They had the opportunities, they just didn't take them. West Ham eventually took theirs. Shoddy defending, might I add, but still, taking chances in the Premier League is what is the difference between sometimes relegation and sometimes winning the Premier League title. So let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. Do you think Arsenal still have the chance to win the Premier League? Do you think that Manchester City will catch them? What do you think about the rest of the league? Because this is a controversial time in the Premier League. It's the final few days. Every result matters. Every goal matters. Every yellow card matters. Every this matters. It's going to be a fight to the finish, and I am ready for it. So let me know what you guys think. As always, like the video if you thought that the content was good today. Share it with your friends so we can continue to grow the channel. The fam. Football with the fam. Come on. All right, I got to get to this menu game. I'll catch you guys.